The doctor said, well, what do you want to do when you have your amputation? And I said, I want to do the same things I already do. I swim, I ride a bike. She went, oh, no. You'll never be able to ride a bike again. And I said, that's not me. I'm going to ride a bike again. And she said, no, you won't be able to. Hi, I'm Jim. I've ridden bicycles all my life, starting out as a young child, all the way into adulthood. I had a rather serious accident, so I ended up with 9 knee surgeries in the course of about 1.5 to 2 years. It became aware that bicycling probably wasn't going to work for me because I couldn't ride with 2 legs because one leg was fused. So I ultimately went on a number of years with a fused leg, and I went to the doctor. He said, I can reverse the fusion of your leg and give you a knee that will actually bend. That worked great for 6 weeks, and then the metal rod that he put in my upper thigh started to rotate. That caused considerable pain. He then went in, removed the rod, and redid it, but this time he put in cement. I always make a joke and say, I knew that I was going to get cement because there was a cement truck right in front of the hospital. And that worked for just a little bit. And I live in a town where there's a lot of hills. And one day I was walking on my driveway out of my garage, my knee collapsed, and I ended up rolling down the hill, which I guess now is kind of funny. But after 14 knee surgeries, they decided the only thing they could do is to remove the knee. So I'm an amputee above the knee. That means my leg was cut off right about there. And then about 6.5, 7 months later, I rode my bicycle back to the doctor's office so that the doctor could see I'm riding a bicycle. On average, every day, every 3.5 minutes, someone in the United States receives an amputation of a limb. That is just unbelievable. Found a company that made a prosthetic leg that would allow me to ride a bicycle much easier. I can adjust the knee so that it responds to the activity I'm at, and going up and down, walking up and down hills, bicycle riding. And so I started riding a regular bike to begin with, and I was doing pretty well on that bike, able to climb hills and so forth. But as time goes on, riding aggressively was hard to do. I could not ride aggressively. I then came across a bike by Vanpowers that is just absolutely amazing. It's the UrbanGlide Pro, and that particular bike is quite smooth. I've not ridden a bike, and I've ridden a lot of bikes, not ridden a bike as smooth as this bike. It's got multi-shift. We have a hill in this town that goes over our dam that's 12% grade, and I can climb it with this bike. And yeah, I pedal too. I think the thing that is the most interesting about this bike is that even though it has a small 500-watt motor, it is very powerful. I had concerns in the beginning when I started looking around, and I was told, different bikes will react differently. And then when I saw and looked at the history of how this bike came about, it was clear to me that they care. And I had to find a bike that would allow me to really say, this is the bike, and here's why. And it's so comfortable to ride. I mean, the fact that you've got a suspension on your seat, you have forks in the front that's suspension, and for me to ride a bike that only has pedal assist without having a throttle, if I'm on any kind of an incline, it's very difficult without having the throttle to get moving. But boy, they thought about everything on this. That is a nice display, it's comfortable. I'm stopped all the time because here I am, an amputee riding a bicycle, and people stop me all the time and say, is that hard to do? And I go, well, I don't know. Do you want to come riding with me sometime? It's not. It's all about here. It's all up there. It's all mindset. It's a proven fact that if an amputee has a prosthetic device and they actually exercise, they're going to save $25,000 a year to the insurance companies. That's a lot. I myself am a volunteer with the Amputee Coalition and an advocate. I want people to know that bicycle riding, if you're an amputee or if you have some sort of limb difference, is totally possible. And I would highly recommend the Vanpowers bike for that because it offers all the features that one would need.